to Safety Shorts Focus. In this episode, we will discuss another versatile technique in your design arsenal, soldering. Soldering wires specifically. Soldering is a fairly easy skill to grasp. You will of course need a few things to get started. A soldering iron, solder, wire stripper, and of course wire. We highly recommend you use a heat gun and heat shrink tubing, although they are optional, you can just use electrical tape. Safety tip. It is important to note that soldering irons can reach temperatures upwards of 650 to 700 degrees Fahrenheit. So we highly recommend spending a little more and investing in a soldering station like this one, which provides a heat dissipating stand, soldering iron tip cleaner, and a place to hold your solder. We also suggest mechanics gloves to prevent any immediate burn risk. So once you're set, here's how you do it. The first step is to strip the wires to expose approximately a ½ inch of bare wire on each end. Then, as we like to use heat shrink tubing to cover the soldering joints, we add those to each wire and larger diameter tubing to eventually cover the bundle. The next step is to take the stranded wire and separate the ends partially. You can join them together by pressing them into one another and twisting from either side, creating a good connection. Now there are two methods to apply solder. For thin wires, you can apply the tip of the soldering iron to the bottom of the wire and solder from above. The heat will radiate through the wire and cause the solder to flow. For thicker wires, the heat might not transfer as well, so you can place the soldering iron tip on the wire, apply the solder at the point where the tip makes contact with the wire, and then seem to paint the solder along the wire. Complete this step for each wire, and you are done. The final steps are to slide the heat shrink tubing over the cool soldering joints and shrink with a heat gun. Again, be aware that a heat gun can also create a burn risk, as they can reach 200 to 1000 degrees Fahrenheit. With minimal risk, soldering can be a versatile skill to save both money and time by allowing you to modify parts from different manufacturers. For example, we save both time and money by modifying Go Build-A motors, removing their manufacturer-specific connector, and soldering on Rev Control Hub connectors. This prevented us from having to buy a specific conversion connector. We're certain that you will undoubtedly be able to use this skill during a robot season, or simply to fix home problems such as small appliances, broken cords, and such. This has been Safety Shorts Focus with Team 9010, signing off.